Welcome back, 651, 53 degrees. Our Teacher of the Week is back. Every Monday morning here on Daybreak, we'll highlight educators in our community who are going above and beyond in the classroom.
School began just about two and a half weeks ago, and nominations have been pouring in for teachers all across the state. And to start the semester, we bring you to one of Anchorage's oldest high schools and a classroom where students are encouraged to think for themselves.
A lot of seniors will be like, look, there's my crane, it's still there when they come back, and it's really neat.
Visual reminders hang overhead.
It's like a process. It takes us a long time to get 30 people to fold like origami at the same time.
Written inside each crane, a student's intention.
After doing that whole process, then they have this constant reminder.
Something they'd like to achieve by the end of the year.
I plan to do my homework, or this year I wanted to listen more. What's the analysis of the person who's freed from the cave realizes that?
Ms. Tinker often asks her students to reflect.
Good.
And analyze.
It's good analysis. What made them like it? Why is it important?
It would be strange because it's just always weird to adapt to a different environment.
Her goal is to get students to think for themselves.
We start with Plato's allegory of the cave because it's about thinking, and it's about having an open mind, and it's about getting out of your whole setup of how you think about the world and also who you think you are as a high school student.
This can really relate to high school. The way that really...
Aha moment!
Some students call her teaching unorthodox.
I've seen a few hashtags. I'm not going back in the cave.
She creates an environment for students to explore ideas.
I feel like I'm not being guided, but allowed to move around freely and experience kind of what I think myself instead of being told what to think.
So how did you get into teaching?
I always was teaching, but my mom was a teacher, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I taught ice skating. I taught aerobics in the morning to old people. I tutored, and then finally I was like, yeah, I have this anthropology degree and this English degree. Maybe I should be a teacher. Yeah.
And you never looked back?
Oh my gosh, it's the best job ever. I've just done a lot of different things, and teaching for sure. It's new every day. The kids are crazy and super fun and engaging. You get to read their work and actually see improvement. They take feedback sometimes and actually improve. That's a really good point.
Improving their writing and critical thinking skills, one page entry at a time.
At the end of class, I presented Ms. Tinker with her Teacher of the Week certificate. She coaches flag football, very active outside of school. She does a lot of races, and she says the best part is she loves rollerblading with her dog. She's been at West for 8 years. It's a place where she feels at home, and you can see them write in their page entries every day. And she says in the age of texting and short responses for kids, it's important for them to be able to sit down for 10 minutes and write down complete thoughts, and she says it's a way they can figure out what they believe and why they believe it. And I'm like, wow, that's a good exercise for most adults.
I think everybody could use that.
Exactly.
I can't remember the last time I wrote for 10 minutes.
Complete
I don't know if my brain
thoughts
remembers how to do that. Yeah. Getting them ready for the future. Great stuff.